It's Alison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Alison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia. Thanks for joining me. I'm just going to make sure that I'm live on my Facebook group. And once we get set up over there, then I will get started here. Here we go. That looks good. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Just going to make sure I've got some sound over here. This is on live, so that's always good. And I'm just going to see if you guys know. Yep, we're good to go. All right, we're good. Excellent. Okay, you guys. I'm just there. Just going to wait. Hi, Keisha. Good morning. How are you, friend? Oh, it's going to be a hot one in the old town tonight, eh? So I've got my fan on, Keisha. Can you hear my fan? I'm going to stop talking and see if you can hear it. Hi, Alexina. How are you this morning? You're in the Maritimes, right, Alexina? I think. I'm not sure. I might be confusing you with someone else. I know you come to Ange and my classes sometimes. I think that's where you are. No, can't hear it. Excellent. Yay. I can't, if I turn it off, I'm going to start to melt. Okay, guys, hope you're all doing well. We're going to work with the Perfectly Pears bundle, which is from the Painterly Pears Suite Collection. I'm going to say this. I don't like the name of, Nova Scotia, good. I don't like the name of Painterly Pears. I don't understand it. Don't understand the name. Perfectly Pears is cute. I just don't get the Painterly. But anyway. I don't know. I don't name these things. I think it must be a lot of pressure to name these things. Okay, I'm going to hide my face, and I'm going to bring this over to my workstation so I can see all your beautiful comments. And we'll get started using this fantastic new suite. Okay, so where's my stuff? Here's my things I need for my project. I just show this again. There's dies that match. We're going to use quite a few of them, but you can see here that you've got the outline stamp, and then you've got the piece that goes inside. So it's a two-step. Love it. Or you can stamp it and color it with your blends if you prefer. And I do like that it's got congratulations and thank you in it because I use those quite a bit, especially for my team cards. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Nice to see you. Oh my goodness. The gang's all here. Okay. So I've got a piece of old olive. I treated myself to a brand new bone folder because mine were looking like they've been run over in the road, covered in ink and all sorts of things. So I've got my pretty one that I'm going to keep all pretty. So 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. You're going to get your card base. We're going to do a fun fold card today. So the first thing I did was pick out a couple of papers. Now the designer series paper is really gorgeous. Look at this. Oh, you know what? I bet you can cut. You know what? I just realized something because I just started playing with this yesterday, and I think I'm going to go out on the limb here and say that the dies, let's grab these dies, are going to cut out some of these images in the DSP. What do you got? Right, you guys? Look at that. I love it. And then obviously I'm thinking, hi, Ellie. I'm thinking, hi, Gail. I'm thinking these cut out. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Love when Stampin' Up! Does that. Okay, I'm going to put these back before I lose them. I think this was over here, wasn't it? Okay. Love that. This DSP, the hardest thing about this DSP is to pick a piece because they're all so beautiful and you maybe don't want to cut into them. I used to tell customers, cut into your DSP, it doesn't bleed. Hi, Joanne, North Carolina. Hope you're doing well today. Happy 4th to you. Okay, so got this. That's pretty. I think I like this one the best because I love the colors in this. I know this probably doesn't appeal to a lot of people, but I really like that yellow. And then, of course, on the other side are always just kind of muted colors. So I went ahead and picked 2 of those for my card. Now, I will say that I am having a class, and you get half a pack of that gorgeous paper as part of your goodie bag in your class. I might as well tell you the rest. You get a full pack of the low profile dots, and you get 5 yards of the, ooh, look at that ribbon. Ooh, I should hold it better. Isn't that nice and sparkly? Get a half a roll of that, so about 5 yards. And we make 8 cards. So check out the link after the class and you'll see it. Now, what have I got here? I've got a piece of this one. I liked this paper. And as I said, I do love this paper. That was my favorite, but I actually am going to use the other side. Okay. This is just cut to 5 1/4 by 4. I'm just going to double check. Pretty sure that's what it's cut to. 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. And then these pieces are 4 by 3. So 3 by 4. And then on the 4 inch, so we're going the 4 inch, 1 inch from the edge, we're scoring it at 1 inch. Okay. So those have both been scored at 1 inch. Okay. And then what we're going to do, what if you love this paper? Got to order some. Hi, Mo. Keisha, I'm really liking Stampin' Up! Color combos in there. Yeah, it's kind of, I am too, Keisha. I am too, because I think if somebody had said to me, we're going to put together these pinks with this, and this I think is supposed to be the new daffodil. It's not really. It's sort of a combination. They call it that, but to me, it's sort of a crushed curry look. Anyways, I love this color. I love it. Anyway, okay, back to our card. So we've scored it. We've got 3 by 4, and then from the edge here, I've scored it at 1 inch. So we're folding that up. Okay. I am going to give that, where's my brand new bone folder I was bragging about? Here it is. Let's give that a little crease. And then what we want to do is we want to take the corner and I want to fold it towards the center, lining up the edge with the crease. Okay, does that make sense? Can you see that? Remember we used to make those pirate hats? Yeah, I think we used to sort of start like this. Okay, ooh, I should make a pirate hat out of my paper. So then you've got this, it looks like a little house almost, and then we're going to fold, this is going to be folded up, okay? So you pick which side you want, but this side would have been too busy with this. I want it with this. So this is, the orientation is correct. My pears are headed the right way. And then I've got these done so that the orientation on these is correct. That looks good. So again, I've already did this one, right? Actually, I didn't do as good a job, did I? So sorry, I'm going to sort of fix this one a little bit, although it won't really matter. Okay, I'm just creating these little peaks. Okay. So these are going to go on either side of this, just like that. Oop. Just like that. Excuse me. Sorry, you guys. We've got, I don't know what you call that, cottonwood, I think is what it's called. And it's blowing a lot. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I getting a cold? What's going on? But my sister-in-law last night said she's the same. And my daughter-in-law is the same. Our allergies are the worst they've been in years. Like, I don't even remember when I had bad allergies, but they're bad. And it's the cottonwood. And then I noticed my dog came in from her walk today, and I said to my husband, what is that stuff stuck to her back paw? It looks like grass. And it was cottonwood. I almost thought, oh, almost died. I'm like, what? Okay, can you see I've glued that down? So if I'm coughing a little bit, I should have some water in my office, I think. That would help. I forgot to bring it in. I'm just gluing these down. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to glue this little strip here to my DSP. Now, when I first made this card, I actually had the orientation going this way. You know what I mean? But the words to the set don't really work with my vision. So I had to make it a landscape card versus a portrait card, but it works. Put the glue on here. And the other thing you want to make sure of is when you score your paper, before you can do one, and then you're going to do the other one the opposite if it's got an obvious pattern. And I felt like this did have an obvious pattern. I wanted the branches to be going, you know, this way and not upside down, what appeared upside down to me. So that's the only two things I would check. Okay, so that's what we've got. Not that exciting so far, but easy. Okay, I've got a piece of old olive, and I should have a piece of white. Here we are. And I'm going to use these. Hi, Kathy, over there on my Border Buddies. The Nested Essentials dies. Okay, I've got the second largest and the third largest. Okay, so I'm going to cut this the bigger of the two out of the old olive, and I'm going to cut the next size out of the basic wheat. Okay. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. So we'll just run that through our Stamp and Cut and Emboss. This fun fold card was one that Patsy Wagner and I, my border buddy from Minnesota, we did this like, oh, I don't know, had it in a class a long time ago. And sometimes what I like to tell my customers and you guys is, you know, if you're ever stuck for ideas, go back and look at an old card, and then just go, oh yeah, I like that. I like that layout. Let me recreate that layout. And then you kind of, your imagination can take off again. Your mojo, get your mojo back. Okay, so here we go. So I've got this one and this one. Now on my white, because my orientation of my card is going to be this way, I want to stamp this with a sentiment. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. I was going to use the old olive, but I think you can get a little bit too much of one color in a card. So I'm going to use A Good Friend is a Gift. Okay. I should look at my card to see what I'm doing. Good friend is a gift. Excuse me. Okay, and then I've got a scrap here. I'm going to grab this pair of pears, and I'm going to ink that up in Memento. And I also, oh, I might as well do this at the same time. I've got a piece for my inside of my card, just 4 by 5 1/4, and I want to use the large pear. Okay, and I've got the two-step, adding the stem. Look how easy that is. Can you believe that? That's so easy. Okay, now for this guy, I'm going to do a combination of using the inside, the pears, and then I'm going to have to color my leaves and stem with blends. Okay, so for this guy, I just took Old Olive and Darling Duckling, because that's apparently the color in the DSP. Now I was having a problem opening my Darling Duckling, so just hang on while I try not to get it all over myself. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to ink it up in Darling Duckling. Okay, so the whole thing is now Darling Duckling. But then I'm going to take, what did I take? I think I took Old Olive and a dauber. And I'm just going to add a little bit of green around the edge. Okay, this is a really old technique. I don't even know what it's called. So I can line that up, hopefully. Looks pretty good. And then you get a two-tone pear, which, you know, the pears that are in our gardens are a bit two-tony, right? Okay, then let's color in the stems. So I've got branches here. I've got pecan pie. Every time I say that, I think of Billy Crystal in my favorite movie of all time, When Harry Met Sally. And if you don't know Harry Met Sally, you won't know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. I'm going to color in. It's kind of a joke on how do you say pecan, right? Canadians, I think, for the most part, say pecan, and I think depending where you are in the States, you either say pecan or pecan. I don't know what the other variations, but anyway, pecan pie, however you say it, good. Okay, now, so I colored that with, a light lemon lime twist. Whoop. And then I'm going to take my old olive, light old olive, yeah. And I'm just going to add hardly any color, just maybe along those veins that are already in my leaf, just to give it a little bit of definition, okay? Then, well, because Stampin' Up! Is so fabulous, we can cut that out with the coordinating die. Now, I tape mine down. 2 reasons. One, my hand can be a bit shaky and when I'm running stuff through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And when you've already spent time coloring an image, you don't want to risk your die moving. So I just use repositionable tape. There's lots on the market. You can use a Post-it note. I use this one. It's like you get like, I don't know, 10 football fields worth. It lasts me forever. It lasts me over a year each roll because you can keep reusing it, right? Like you don't have to throw it out after you've used it once or twice. Okay, so there's our pears. Aren't they cute? So cute. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for a sec. And then we're going to go back to our big pear. So for this one, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to ink it up in, excuse me, daffodil. No, not daffodil. It's the duckling. I'm going to take my dauber and my old olive, and I'm just going to add a little bit of definition along the side. And then it's hard to do this when you're on camera because I want to lean over and I can't quite see exactly where my pear should go, but that looks pretty good. That looks like a pear boy. Love it. And then for these stems, there's actually a coordinating stamp, and I'm going to go Granny Apple. So I think Mossy would be too dark, and we think we got enough olive in it. So you just line this up as best you can. It's not the end of the world if it's not perfect. And that's going to go on the inside of our card. So let's do that. Oh, I guess I better make sure that I cut that. Yep. 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Get that on the inside. Okay, now the outside, we're going to glue this to the front. This whole big piece. If you want, you could, originally I had a white piece inside instead of the DSP, but I didn't like it. So I already had a kind of a thicker piece, like a cardstock glued to this, but you don't need it. You want to lighten up your weight of your cards, especially if you're mailing them, right? And this is plenty strong enough because it's a card, so you've got that, right? Okay. And then we've got our green is going to go here, and this is going to go there, and then we've got our thing. But I just had a thought. You know how you just have a thought when you're making something? Okay, that's the way it's going to be. But here's my thought. This card here originally was supposed to open up and then a saying on the inside. Do you know what I mean? But I don't like that. I think it should just be glued down. So I'm gluing it down. I don't think it needs to be. If you were wanting this to open, because you have a saying on the inside, which is how the original card that we had in our class. If that was the case, then that would make sense. But it doesn't really make sense for this to flip open, does it? Like, I mean, why? Nothing to expose it. Am I making sense? Who doesn't understand what I'm saying? Somebody say, we have no clue what you're trying to tell us. The original card I only attached on this side so it could flip open and then there would be a saying. So if you're making it, this design, bear that in mind, that if you have a saying that works for you to stamp on the inside, then just glue it on one end and it will open. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And then we're going to pop that up. I love the pears too, Kathy. They're so gorgeous. Are you coming to class? I can't remember. I can never remember. We've got so many classes going. The link for the class is on my video at the end, you guys. You can find it. It's on August 23rd, and it's virtual, so you can join live or you can come later, right? So let's add some beautiful ribbon. I'm going to tie a bow. This ribbon is gorgeous. We looked at it before, at the beginning of our video. Oh, come on. Got sticky hands or something here. There we go. It's a bit stiff, this ribbon, but it's not so stiff that you can't work with it. Okay. I think that looks good. I don't want too big a bow. So, oops. Oop. Oop. Okay. My friend Jacqueline usually joins, and I was going to tell her about or comment on how about those Blue Jays, because her and her husband watch all the Blue Jay games, as do I when I can. But first in the East, go Jays. Okay, that looks good. And then why don't we add some of these nice dots? What are they called again? Low profile sparkle dots. I think let's bring in some of this yellow. I think we could use a little bit of yellow. And it's always nice to have a little bit of green. So maybe do that. Oop. And then a little bitty green. I mean yellow. Oop. Come on. I think I need a new putty. I'm just too lazy to put one in. There. Here we go. There we go. So like I said, if this was white instead of the color, then you'd want that to flip open and have something on the inside. Hopefully that makes sense. So there's my card. Now the other card that I have on, I think I'll make this card or a similar card to this on Wednesday. So here's 2 pair cards. This is the fault line. But I'm going to maybe mix that one up a little bit and show you how to do it on Wednesday. There we go. Oh, I know. Oh, Jacqueline, you are here. Those Blue Jays, I knew it. I was waiting for you today, and I thought, oh, I got to say that when my buddy's here. Yeah, Dwayne must be loving it, right? Oh, they're doing so well. I'm looking to see you guys. I've got some other cards. Why don't I show you some other cards? Now, I wish I knew all the names of... the names always escape me. I got this one in a swap. You're going to go, oh, look at this. Now, if that doesn't look like one of our national parks, I don't know what does. What's this called, you guys? Somebody. Keisha knows all the names. Keisha. Oh, thanks, Gail. I love it too. Thanks, Mo. What's the name of this suite, you guys? It's not adventure, but it's something. Look, check this out. Look at all the details. Isn't that beautiful? Got it in a swap. Love it. What else? I thought there was another one I was going to show you guys. Oh, I think I already showed this. Oh, this is Scenic. It's Scenic Adventures. There's the other one. that gorgeous? Thanks, Mo. Thanks. I found it at the last second. And then did you guys see my video from, oh my gosh, what's today? Sunday? Did you guys see my video on Wednesday where I'm going crazy with the sunflower 3D die, and I showed how to make these cards? If you didn't, go check out my the replay. So you can probably find it on here. Just click on the video link, or go to my YouTube, Stamp Crazy with Alison, and you'll find all my videos over there, including this one. This was so fun to make. This is a real wow, and so simple. Yeah, isn't it? I love it too. Yeah. Okay, anyway, here we're back. Here's our card for today. Did I hold it up so you guys can see? Because we're a little bit far away. So that's the card. And then, whoop, there's the inside. Okay. All right. Love everything about that suite, you guys, except the name. Painterly Pears. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. I guess they're thinking like it's painted. But I don't know. It's too artsy. Too artsy name. Thanks, Ellie. Thanks, you guys. Such a simple card, isn't it? And anyway, it's a fun technique. And like I say to my customers all the time, if you find something that you like this layout, I mean, you can already see, just change up the papers and you can make a totally different looking card, right? Thanks, Carol. Oh, you popped on there. Who's over there? Join us in seventh heaven with the winds. Yeah. Go, George Springer. Yay. All right. Sorry, we're back to baseball, but we're going to go because baseball starts at 11. So get to watch it. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate all your support. Have a great day. Hope you get some creative time in, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, happy stamping.